What's up, y'all? Tuned in for another video. What's today? Thursday? So I got back from Miami, that whole debacle with the trailer. That would have been Monday. So yeah, Monday. So I took Tuesday off to rest because we didn't get back till late and didn't do anything. Stayed in the bed with the baby and just relaxed the whole day. Wednesday, when it was pouring rain, I came to work, knocked out a few things, got that Suburban. That's gone. They just picked it up, so that'll be out of my hair. Well, it's coming back because they want to put a sound system in it. So when that time comes, we'll get that knocked out. But for now, it is gone. Suburban is gone. I got Kevin's car outside. His brake lines actually just came in today, so we'll be knocking those out. So we got all the brake lines. Probably gonna have one of my neighbors do it. There's a guy about 2 doors down. Just because trying to do that without a lift, kind of the similar situation I went through with my car when I was doing the ABS delete and doing the swap. Getting those brake lines done without a lift, it was damn near impossible. So I talked to him. He said he could knock it out, gave me a great price. So I'm probably gonna have him do the brake lines on it. Once he has it in the air and he does the brake lines, I'll go over there and put the calipers on it over there. We'll bleed it. I'll bring it back to my shop and then I'll knock out the front end. Or depending on how soon he can get to it. If he can't get to it within the next day or so, I'll go ahead and do the front end, then take it over there and get that done. Every time I try to film, somebody calls me. Every time. Now I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so when Kevin's car comes back, I'll decide, what I'm gonna do with Kevin's. But anyway, today we have another loyal customer car in the shop. I have worked on this car for the last 3 years. I've done brakes on it. I've done a lot of work on this car. This dude, he's in my car club. Probably seen this. You probably haven't seen his car online. He doesn't post it a lot, but he's got this sweet DCM 96. The cluster doesn't work, so I don't know how many miles are on it, but I remember the last time I saw the cluster, it had like 75,000 miles on it. It's still got the original paint. The interior is heavily modified. He's got custom doors and a rear deck and a crazy sound system. So, and this is kind of the route I want to go with mine. My doors, I don't want to fully customize my doors. I just like that subtlety. It's just real clean and simple and subtle, nothing crazy. He just got the back doors done. Subtle. I mean, it's not subtle, but you know what I mean. It's not completely fiberglassed and painted and crazy. It's just, I wouldn't have went as crazy as this, but still looks good. And he's got the custom rear deck. So, so today, I'm going to do a video on how to install an aftermarket steering wheel on these cars. Up to the last one I did, which was Kendall's car, I didn't know how to do it. Yeah, I just never done it before. So shout out my boy Pablo. He pulled up on me and, we knocked it out and showed me how to do it. And I pretty much had the process down. I just think the first one that I tried to do, it was seized and it just wasn't coming off because he did the same thing I thought to do. But then there were a couple other things he did that I didn't know about. So I'm going to show you guys step by step how I do the steering wheels. Everything, putting in the resistor to bypass the air so the airbag thing goes off, which I believe I have one. And he has got the little column lock thing on there. So we'll get that off. We got to get that off. Actually, we might be able to get it. Yeah, no, I don't have to take that off. We can leave that on there. But this is the steering wheel we're putting on. Some Rucci's. He's got some Rucci 22s on here. And we're also putting extended arms on this car. Extended upper and lower control arms. I got to bleed the brakes and install the steering wheel. So it's the matching steering wheel to the wheels. So we're going to put this on here and I'll show you guys how to do it. I'm probably going to do the control arms first because that's the thing I don't want to do the most. So I'm just going to go ahead and, while I still got some energy and I'm up, I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. And then I'll do the video on how to do the, I'll pick up the recording when it's time to do the steering wheel. So we'll go ahead and get this knocked out. All right, y'all. So control arms are done. Brakes are bled. Those are the old control arms. New ones are mounted on the car. I'm not gonna lie and say that it was easy. It is now 1:37, and I started this around 7:30, so 6 hours, approximately 45 minutes per rusted bolt. So if you bring me a rusty car, I'm charging you double, because this took forever and it was not easy. I ran out of propane because I was heating bolts, and I ran out of PB Blast and propane in the torch. Man, tired. But I said I will finish this today. The steering wheel, I'm like, usually it's pretty easy for like when I did Kendall, when I did Kendall's control arms, it was easy, no problem. Knocked him out. I think I got his upper and lower rear control arms done in about maybe 2 hours, hour and a half. It was nothing. But this thing really, really kicked my butt. So, as promised, I'm going to show you guys how I learned to do the steering wheels. That's the custom wheel going on the car. Normally, first thing I do is disconnect the negative on the battery, because you don't want the airbag mistakenly going off or anything like that. But this car has like 4 batteries in it, because you've got sound system and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't want to disconnect the battery. So I think what I'm going to do, there's a plug for the airbag down at the bottom underneath the dash. It's bright yellow. Anything airbag related is going to be like bright yellow and green. So I'm going to go into there, disconnect that, so this part isn't even hooked up. And then there's 2 star bits on the back of the steering wheel here. You get those off, and then the airbag comes out. So let me get my light and get up under the bottom and see if I can show you where that airbag plug is. I gotta get a light for this GoPro. But anyway, here's what we're looking for here. So this is the wire that goes up to the airbag on the steering wheel, and it comes down, it connects here, and it goes around and does everything it wants to do. So we're going to disconnect it from right here, and looks like it's just a green plug, green little safety thing. And then all right, let me get this unplugged. I need both hands. All right, so it's disconnected. So now the airbag doesn't have any power, completely disconnected, and so we don't have to worry about it exploding in our face. Because I don't know if you've ever had an airbag explode in your face. I haven't, but I've seen it happen to somebody. It's not fun. So actually, yes, I have, when I got in an accident. So yeah. So I got the right star bit. It's T27. Yeah, T27. So basically, there's two little holes here, and you just put it in there and screw it. So let me get that done. All right, so got it unscrewed. Side note, when you're unscrewing the T27 screws on the back, they will not come out. They're held in by these little keepers. So just unscrew it until you're able to lift this up. Because, you know, you may be screwing thinking the screws are going to come out the back, but they don't. So we got another airbag connector up here. So I'll just get this one off too. A little safety pin. And then usually I can just... So once you get the airbag connector out, that's it. It'll, you know, airbag is out, it's disabled, won't explode in your face. All right, let's get up in there. Okay, so now you got this. This is connected to the wire down below. So the first thing we got to do now, hit this nut. As you hit it with the impact, I think it's a 19. So I usually just hit with the impact real quick, and then we got to thread the puller into here, and then turn it, it pulls it off. So let me get that set up for you. I lied, it's a 21. So hit it with a couple of duggas. Boom. That's off. And then I've seen some people say you can rock it back and forth and pull it, but I don't see that happening. I'm gonna hit this with some PB. I actually realize I got a little bit left in the can. It's just not spraying out very strong. So let's see. It's like dripping out, but that'll be enough to do what we're trying to do. So hit it with a little bit of PB blast down in there and get that working. Oh, got a little bit of spillage. I'm gonna clean that up because this car is very clean. It's just gonna catch down here, so we got a little bit of spillage all cleaned up, and I'll get the puller for that. All right, so what we got here is your standard steering wheel puller. Comes with an assortment of different bolts and stuff like that because it's like a universal one. I can't stress this enough. Oh, and if you notice, I turned the wheel straight because you want to make sure the wheel's straight when you put the new one on. Use hand tools. You may be tempted to just go ahead and ugga-dugga this on, but kind of want to feel when it's stripping. So go ahead and just, use hand tools when you screw it in. And you screw it in till it bottoms out. You'll feel it. All right, that one's bottomed out. So it also comes with this little thing, this little bushing. So this bushing goes in between the part that presses and the bolt in the middle of the steering wheel. Just gives it a more sturdy, I guess, surface area. So let's see. So if I put this on here, come on, there we go. So see how it's kind of now. It's kind of. Let's see if I can. Yeah. It's kind of flush. So that'll push on that. And basically, it'll just pull this thing off here. Oh, don't forget to, I think I've mentioned already, to straighten the steering wheel. But you'll know for sure if it's even once you get it threaded up. It looks pretty even to me. All right, that's a 16. Okay. So basically, we come here and just crank on this thing, and it should pull it off. Now, I like to get out the way. I haven't seen it explode or anything, but you got a lot of pressure pulling on that, and if something should come loose, you don't want your face to be in the way. So I kind of stand outside the car and crank it from here. And you'll know once it starts to come. I'm gonna use both hands for this because it's getting tighter now, and I need to hold that steady and the whole nine. So let's see if I can set you up somewhere. No, well, let's see. Maybe right here. Yeah, let's see. So it looks like it came loose. Yep, look at that. So that's out, and then you can see that's off, and now you can just unscrew these and then that's, now here's the fun part. So this is the part everybody I've seen online and stuff like that. Everybody kind of has an issue with this part because there's a snap ring right here that holds this assembly in, and it's not easy. When I did Kendall's, it wasn't terrible, but it definitely took a little while. I find what I did, I used two right angle picks and just pulled it apart and kind of pried up on it at the same time, and I was able to get it. So definitely gonna need both hands for this part. So I'll let me get my tool out of the steering wheel. I'll get the snap ring off. I don't know if you can see it right there. I'll get the snap ring off. When I get the snap ring off, I'll show you what to do from there. Two picks do the trick. So snap ring is off. This just slides right off. There we go. So pull this up. Cut that right there. So now that's gone. So now we gotta do a little trims in. Well, actually, with this one we might not have to. I know with the Forever Sharp we did, but I think with this one we might not have to. I think it should sit pretty flush. But I know with the Forever Sharp steering wheel, the little adapter, you have to shave these little tabs down. I don't think we have to on this one, but I'll check here in a second. There we go. So we'll get this in here. There's another. So you got your horn stuff here. Let's see. So you got your horn. So you got to ground this to the steering wheel, and then this plugs into the factory horn thing, and then that's it. Your horn will work. Trying to line the hole up for the horn with the rest of the steering wheel. See, so I can put it here, but it won't be straight. Or I can put it here, and it still won't be straight. But that's the only way to make the horn work. So if you want the horn, I think the only other way you can do it is you'll have to unscrew these and then turn the steering wheels. All right, so looks like we do have to Dremel a little bit. Won't be too bad. Like I said, I had to do it on Kendall's, and then I got the 94 has a Forever Sharp steering wheel, and I had to do it on both. So I got my Milwaukee rotary tool with just a sanding disc on it, a little sanding wheel. That's spicy. You don't have to go too deep. I mean, it's not going to go all the way in. I mean, it's really just going to be just a few centimeters in there. So you just want to get the edge just pretty much to this little wheel here. So it looks good. So now we should be good. I had to pull the wheel back off, and basically I used the same tool, just some bigger screws because the holes in this wheel are bigger. So now we should be able to put it all the way in. And then I just use the screw, the same screw that was on there. But now I got to hunt and Ugga-Duggas too. And then you see, now it's let's see if we can see. So before it was rubbing up here, but now it's all smooth and clean. Try to get as much of this before my battery dies and I'm done for the night. Running into a problem. There's some springs in this horn, and there's two of them, and there's a screw missing from right here. So every time I plug the horn in, it just activates the horn and it honks. So I'm gonna need to find another screw. to go in here, or I might just tell Marvin, like, look, you got to get one. For now, you don't have a horn. Or go back to wherever you got the steering wheel from and get them to order you another piece for it, because it won't let me. It just keeps honking the horn, and I fought with it for the last 10-15 minutes, and I took it apart and tried to fix it, but I think it's just going in uneven, because here's the screw that goes in there, but it's missing one of the, well, here's the spring, I mean, but it's missing one of the screws that goes in there. So I'm done for the night. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and take this home. This is something I can do at the house in the morning. I'll probably try to run the Ace and see if they have the matching screw, and then I can fix it and get it in there. The car is done for the most part, except for that one little inconvenience. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack up, put his car on the trailer, bring Kevin's car back inside, take this home, store it in the garage at the house. So that's it, y'all. And I guess I may pick the video up tomorrow so you guys can see the finished product when I go to Ace and get the right screw and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm done. All right, y'all. So it's the next day. I didn't leave the shop, like I said, last night till about 3. It's probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon now, because I took my sweet time. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. So I got the extra screw that was missing. I went to Ace. They didn't have one with the hex head, but they had one with a Phillips head. But in the midst of messing with this, I figured out the problem. It had nothing to do with the horn button. So the way this works, the way these horns work, is you have a negative and a positive, and right now they're not connected. Well, sorry, I took the positive piece off, and I'll show you why. But this is your negative. It's grounded to the steering wheel, and then you have a positive that connects to the positive down there inside the steering wheel. And there's these 2 contacts on here, and then there's springs on here. So when you push this down, it makes these 2 pieces, one is negative, one is positive. It makes it connect, and that's what activates the horn. So the problem was, why the horn kept going off automatically, was because they had the positive and the negative connections on the same bar. So this is your negative. The positive was here. If you flip it over, they're both on the same contact. So basically, it's already making, as soon as you put the positive on here, it grounds itself out and makes contact and makes the horn go off. It's supposed to be here. So you got your negative here, or negative here, positive here. So now they're separated. Then when the back of this touches the screws, it closes the connection and makes the horn go off. So all we got to do is switch this over to this side, connect the positive down inside there, and we should be good. That should solve the problem, from what I can tell. Because I kept messing with it, trying to figure out why horn just kept going off. And then I looked at where the connections were and realized that was the problem. So not a big deal, pretty easy fix. Fixed. All right, so now we got to do the resistor for the airbag. So let me grab one of the resistors. So this is it here. So Dayton audio grade 2 ohm 10 watt 2K resistor, 2%, whatever, 2% grade, I guess. But yeah, so you need this. We'll grab some butt connectors and zip ties, because we're gonna zip tie it underneath. Bonus, so remember I unplugged that one plug under the dash before we disconnected the airbag. So cool thing is, because I unplugged it, I can just pull the whole line out. So this is what I had cut earlier, so I was able to just pull that whole thing out, so I can do it on the bench, and you guys can kind of see how I do it. So let me set you up here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So Got this in here. Just strip away some of that. And you should have a white and a green wire in here. We're gonna just put that in there. Stick one side in. And again, this may not be the right way, but this is how I do it, and it works. It's the simplest way. It's pretty secure. And you get another one. I just grabbed 3 just so that in case I messed one up, I had an extra one. I need to go back to the car audio toolbox. That's it. That's all you need. And this resistor will trick the computer into thinking that there's still an airbag there. And then your light will go off and your passenger side airbag will be deployed in the event of a collision. So we'll go ahead and get this put in the car. I mean, there isn't really too much I can do about how it looks. I mean, I could put tape around it, but it's just gonna look goofy because of how it's shaped. So, all right, so got it zip tied up. So let's start it and see if the light went off. Rides pretty good. This needs to be turned just a little bit, but I brought the tool with me to do it. So, because that was the issue with Kendall's car, it was super off. But this one's not too bad. It's got to be rotated a little bit. Not hearing any rubbing or anything, so seems to be good. In fact, let's turn here because I really don't have a route. I'm just kind of cruising around. Yeah, we'll go back. I just wanted to test it, make sure everything was good. Make a U-turn here. We'll go back down. Make sure everything's cool. But yeah, so far everything's good. So Marvin will be happy with his car. We have an empty shop. No, not really. The other 2 cars are still here. But Marvin's car's done. Had a little complication with the brake line. So I got everything done. But there was a brake line on the passenger side front that had broke when he was messing with it. And they put like a coupler to fix it, but it was leaking. And then where the bolted to the back of the caliper, that was leaking. So after my test drive, I smelled the fluid burning and stuff like that. So I called him. He was like, yeah, we tried to fix it, whatever. And so yeah, that was daylight, bright and early. It's 10:13 now. So, you know, some cars, they just go with no issues. Man, Kevin's car is freaking leaking like crazy out that rear main. We gotta fix that. But you know, some cars like Kendall's car, no issues, everything's smooth. My boy Chris Blackburn, shout out to him, his car, anytime I work on it, smooth, no issues. But some cars, they just fight you every bit of the way. But it's done. Kevin's car is at the neighbor's, 2 doors down. He's gonna do his the brake lines for me because I don't have a lift yet, and I've tried doing those lines on my back. And oh, it's dark. I've tried doing those lines on my back before, and it's damn near impossible. So I'm not gonna fight with it. He gave me a price. I told Kevin, he was cool with it. So I was like, cool, you know, and plus, you know, you want to utilize the people around you, you know, so if I get them good work that pays well, you know, and I'm looking out, then, you know, anytime I need help, he's more apt to help me. So that works out cool. So he's going to knock that out tomorrow. I'm going to come tomorrow, help him. We'll get the calipers on and stuff, and then I'll bring it back on this side, and we'll get the control arms and stuff done. And really my fault. I should have did those control arms and stuff a long time ago, but it's being lazy. So anywho, we're about to go deliver Marvin's car to him. It's about from here, maybe a 45-minute drive, so it's not close. but I need this thing out of my face. So we're gonna go ahead and Merlot. That's the name of his car. He named his car Merlot because it's like wine. But steering wheel's in. Oh, I didn't lock it. Steering wheel's in. Lined up perfectly. Looks good. And that's the old steering wheel in the back. Steering wheel's in. That's all done. Brakes are bled. Everything works like it should. We got it strapped down. So straps are on it. It's good to go. So good old, I gotta come up with a name for this. I think Moby is too white whale, ha ha ha. I think that's too common. So I come up with another name for this truck. Because really because the red one was Clifford. Big red truck, you get it? So yeah, the red one was Clifford. I haven't come up with a name for this one yet. But boy, is she reliable. I love this truck. So we're gonna go ahead and get it delivered, and I'll get some footage of me bringing it to him. He don't even know I'm on the way. I actually need to tell him so he's home. But all right, I'll catch up with y'all when I get to Marvin's. What's up, y'all? So got Marvin's car dropped off. He wasn't even home. So I just dropped it off, and we put the keys in the secret hiding spot, and then he got home and he got it or whatever. So I forgot where. I think I filmed loading it up and stuff. So yeah, I got it loaded up, took it to his house. He was in there. I dropped it off and just went home. So I guess I'll just end this video here. Normally I type it out, but I figured I'd make an outro to the video because I'm actually about to film another video right now on my car. I actually haven't driven this car in like 2 weeks. It's been parked. I've been so busy. I really haven't had a chance to drive it, but there's a car show tomorrow, and I'm going to be tackling a project that I've been putting off for almost over probably a year and a half. I've had the parts to do it, and I said I was going to do it, and I never did it. So I brought the car to the shop today because I'm still super tired. I hurt my arm somehow, so it's been killing me. So I was like, let me do some light work today. Waiting on some parts for this, and I gotta get started on this thing. But yeah, so appreciate all the likes, comments, subscriptions. Shout out all the loyal subscribers. I don't know when I'll do this video. Like I said, I'm gonna tackle it. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You'll see it in the title to the next video. I don't think I've ever showed my trunk in this car, but you'll see more of it when I get to that next project. So I'll catch y'all later.